Good morning everyone. I hope everyone's safe and well and trying to dodge all these rain showers we've been having lately. Okay, so it's about 5:30 in the morning. As usual, I'm here in my vehicle just setting it up before I start my 6 o'clock shift. As normal, as I started from the very beginning, I always come here at least half an hour beforehand to check the vehicle and to remind me what's inside the vehicle, where things are, because it's so important at a moment's notice to know where everything is, where your all your kit is basically. And if you've got memory problems like I have, then having a daily task or a shift task to just go through all the bags and locations, not only to check that they are in good working order and you've got enough items for each bag, for example, nothing needs replacing or removing, then just to keep it in your memory. So today I just wanted to talk a little bit about lifting and handling. Actually, when you guys go on to the course, you'll have what's the normal guidelines for lifting and handling. There's a little sort of course that you do, and also a little sort of test as well before you actually get onto the ECA course, which is fine. When we go actually on shift and we come across all manner of patients, all sizes, big and small, etc., etc., the most important thing we have to think about is, number one, yourself, and the way that you are positioning yourself when you are helping a patient off the ground or moving them, that side of things. It's so easy just to twist slightly differently, bend, not by the knees and not by straightened back. And over time and over years, your back won't forgive you, okay? I always remember when I did my course, they said that if you look at a young child, like a year-old child, 2-year-old child, and then just get them to put something on the floor and get them to pick it up, they bend naturally in the position which is straightened back, bend by the knees, and they push up, and it's absolutely perfect. It's only over the years of bad habits and laziness excuse me, that people start moving incorrectly, and every single little sort of niggle that you do, your back is going to remember it, and then one day, oh, I can't move because my back's is in contraction or something, or you slipped a disc, or however it's going to be. It could be years down the line, it could be something you pulled it months down the line. The most important thing is your back, because you've only got one of it, and as you know, it encompasses your spinal cord, which then allows you to move and feel and sense all your appendages, etc. So we have something on the ambulance which is super, super important and very much underused in some circumstances. It's called a mangar, and if I can remember how to spell it properly, it's mangar. As I kept on writing incorrectly beforehand, I kept saying mange, which is nothing to do with that at all. So a mangar essentially is several layers of rubber, I suppose, or foam, or it's something you can blow up. In the you put a it's a square sort of mattress, and it's got like 5 layers within the mattress, and each layer can be have air pushed into it in sections. So if you think about it, these 5 sections, one then has air put in, then the second air, then the second air, and then you basically allowing the patient who sits on it to come off the ground nicely and slowly, and without having you to bend over and lift up and all those sort of things. It's quite simple to use as well. There is instructions, and also your para will help you how to do it, and it's going to be on your course on how to use it as well. But a mangar is really super important. primarily we use it for people who are obese or overweight to the point where we don't want to bend over and hurt our backs when we're lifting them up, even if it's a full on non-injury. If you've got even little Mrs. Miggins who's so tiny, you know, she wears next to nothing, it will also help in that sense, because again, no matter how small that somebody is, any pressure on your back, put it wrongly over a long time period, it's going to hurt and it won't forgive you very easily. And it's nicer and gentler on the patient as well to put them the mangar underneath their posterior, and then using the pump to pull the air in and slowly guide them up, and it's nicer on their joints and, you know, pretty much everything else really. Obviously there's conditions where you can't use it, i.e., you know, that the placement of the patient is too pushed into a corner, or just positioning is all wrong, you can't get a mangar in there. I mean, obviously, you know, things happen. Textbook though, the trust asks us to use a mangar. In reality, it doesn't get used as much as it can be, and it certainly doesn't get used as much as it should. So have a look where it's located. If you're in this ambulance, for example, we have our main cupboard here. So I am now looking at the back of the ambulance, and this cupboard here, if I open it up, this is your mangar, okay? This is your airflow, which actually is the pump, which will then allow to put a pipe into this when it opens up. Excuse me, but this is where it's stored, and then you obviously can put it back together again. Excuse me, and then plug it back in. So then the battery keeps the pump, in theory, full. That's another little thing about it. Sometimes it does lose its battery. Okay, so if you can, use a mangar, and yeah, look after your backs. You've only got one, okay? It's so many people, even when they're like in their 30s, saying, "Oh, my back hurting." Well, why? You know, you need to look after it. You get to see nurses, or I suppose people who walk around and have to do a lot of cleaners, anyone like that, bending around, bending over, picking something up. Next time you pick something up from the floor, try and catch yourself in a mirror, or even try and get someone to take a video of you. I know it sounds really strange, but see how your posture is, and then think, okay, how could I make that better? And then have a look how a toddler picks up something on the floor, you know, little tiny thing on the floor, and you'll be amazed actually that over the years we have become very, very lazy in looking after our backs. Okay, right, I'm going to go in for a cup of tea, and I shall see you later on. Take care, stay safe, drive careful. Bye bye for now.